This is the Rio Grande. Do you think you could swim across it? Because I myself, I'm not a good swimmer, and like, I couldn't imagine myself doing that. I think like I'd die super fast. These two lovers from Guatemala tried to cross the United States border and met a tragic fate. In my opinion, the way they died is possibly one of the worst ways to go. But the big question is, why are so many people fleeing Guatemala? Today we're gonna dive in headfirst into this topic. As of yesterday, I literally did not know anything about Guatemala, but what I found really did shock me. Guatemala. Rich in culture, breathtaking in its beauty, but facing challenges that push many of the people to seek a better life across its borders. One of the biggest reasons why people leave Guatemala is because of economic hardship. Whether that may be not enough jobs, low wages, or just impossible to make ends meet. Inflation doesn't just affect us, but it affects literally everyone else, because the dollar is the reserve currency of the entire world. Another major factor is violence and crime. While homicides rates are slowly climbing down, a lot of major areas still have a lot of drug trafficking and gang activity inside of them, making it just super not safe for the population that lives there. You know what I mean? The good people, the good citizens that are just trying to make ends meet. And it definitely doesn't help the Salvadorian gang members. They're evacuating El Salvador and moving to places like Honduras and Guatemala. So MS-13, Barrio 18, instead of like, getting arrested, they leave to countries like this looking for safety or whatever. As you probably already assumed, political instability and just the corruption is playing a major role in Guatemala currently. Many feel like they can't trust the government, and the government doesn't efficiently like address their needs, like they're addressing other stuff, but not like people not having food to eat, you know what I mean? Leading to almost like snowballing like down a cliff into like extreme frustration and uncertainty between like all its population. To make things even worse, climate change is another hidden factor. Droughts, hurricanes, natural disasters, several impact to agriculture as a whole, which like here, like in America, like I don't really like, oh, why do I care? But like they literally export most of their bananas here, you know what I mean? Without Guatemala, we wouldn't have bananas, and not just that, like different types of coffee bean strains and stuff like that. We'd be surprised how like in need we are of other smaller countries. And needless to say, a lot of Guatemalan people have family that are already in the United States, so they're trying to reunite with their loved ones. And I can't really blame them for like illegally trying to reunite with somebody like they haven't seen in years. It's just hard unless like you've been through it. You'd be able to like have empathy or sympathy for those people, you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine being like far away from like a mother, a father, siblings, because like needless to say, a lot of people when they move out, you don't have anybody. All your loved ones are over there. As an immigrant myself, I know a lot of families that are split up. Like I've met like fathers that don't get to see their kids, you know what I mean? And like I could really see the pain in their eyes. So I could only imagine like the kid like growing up saying, hey, one day like I'm gonna meet my dad, and like he leaves the country to go meet up with his dad, you know what I mean, and seek a better life, even though all they're gonna find is 60-80 hour work weeks. But behind the statistics of how many people are entering the country and stuff, behind each number there's literally like a story behind it. There's a family in need, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that I am like supporting illegal immigration, but like if you could do it properly, you should. But I just wanted to let people know that behind those numbers there's real people, there's real hardships, there's real just like death, literally, dude, death behind like those stories, those numbers of people entering the country. I know it's not good for like the everyday American person, but I'm just here to like spread a little bit of awareness on why different countries leave their countries. I know a lot of people may not care, and this might not be the channel for you, but for those who are interested in knowing like why immigration is happening, this would be a great channel to subscribe to. But also make sure to give us a like, because it does help with the algorithm. I'm really trying to get this channel going. There's this story that's been getting covered recently, and I kind of wanted to give it my own little spin to it. It's like an older story. It's about Rosanda and Winman. Rosanda and Winman, they're Guatemalan citizens, and they wanted to cross over to the United States. They were both about to get married, I believe, and they were looking for a better life. You know, they didn't have any kids. They were probably planning to come to the United States, have kids, give them like opportunities they never had as children. Rosanda, before she died, you know, before she made that trip to the United States, she had told her mom that she wanted to go to the United States. Her plan was to work hard, save money, and build a future together with her husband, or future husband to be. But sadly, their stories ended when they met their fate and drowned tragically in the Rio Grande. This is the Rio Grande. Do you think you could swim across it? Because I myself, I'm not a good swimmer, and like, I couldn't imagine myself doing that. I think like I die super fast. You know what I mean? I'll drown. And drowning does not sound fun at all. Like, that's honestly, like, I don't know, between drowning to death or like dying in a fire, like, I don't know which one's worse. Like, you take your pick, but I like both of them are pretty bad ways to go, you know. But moving aside from this particular story, every year hundreds of migrants lose their life trying to reach the US. Their families are left mourning, wondering what could have happened to them. Are they still alive? Despite the challenges, Guatemalans are hardworking, resilient, and hopeful people. They migrate in search of safety, stability, opportunities that allow them to build a better future. Not just for themselves, but for their families they leave behind. Because migrants, they come to the United States and then they literally send money to their families. I have met many migrants in my life, you know, and a lot of them, they send up to like 40% of their earnings. You know, they would live in a room with like 4 other people, literally send all their money to their kids back in their country. So these people, they're all humble, you know, hardworking people. Not gonna lie, just like in every culture, there are bad apples. And those bad apples, like at least in Central American cultures, are completely rotten and depraved people, you know. And seeing all that stuff in the news, like, I could definitely see why many people want to just, hey, deport everybody. But I do believe that America does run on immigrants, even if they don't want to admit that majority of those immigrants they're running on are illegal. But I would like to hear your take in the comments. What do you guys think about illegal immigration? I personally am not for it, and like, I would suggest people, like, if at all possible, staying in their country, just because it's super dangerous, you know. There's too many moms trying to immigrate with their kids, and their kids just dying, or their kids just getting separated. They both live and they never see each other. It's just, I don't understand. I don't understand where these people find the courage. You know what I mean? The courage to do that. But I definitely do support those that are already in the country, and I feel like after maybe like a decade, they should be able to, you know, find a way to find like residency or whatever. But I wish all families the best. I wish God have mercy on you all, have mercy on me, because Jesus is good. And thank you for watching. This is actually my first video, so make sure you show me some love, because I'm probably expecting like a lot of hate in the comments, especially because this is such a touchy topic. But I do hope that you guys wish me the best. Hopefully this channel could get up and running. But anyways, thank you for watching. God bless you.